Oh my god, it's...
What's up, people of the internet? My name is Jandro. I'm super hyped today and not incredibly exhausted. I am here again for another episode of Loco's PoGo podcast. My main man, Forrest, aka Funky Dude One. How you doing, bro?
Good. It's gonna be a good one today.
Sick, bro. All right, I'm about to open up this Meltham box, and then we're gonna get this shiz off the sticky start line. Biggity, biggity, boom. All right. So, first order of business. Why am I talking like that?
I have no
All right.
idea. I was going to let you go as long as you wanted to
All
there.
right.
But, yeah, there was a lot that's been happening this last weekend. A lot of stuff announced that's coming up in the next couple days.
Yes.
A lot of changes coming your way.
Changes.
Time to face the change.
Okay. All right. Here we go. So starting off with Community Day. You unfortunately didn't really get to participate.
I didn't get to participate too much. I had a little bit of time after work on Friday from my daytime job. And then Saturday, unfortunately, I had 2 weddings to bartend. So I was in one location doing 2 weddings from 8 a.m. till 10:30 p.m. on Saturday. Had a small 1-hour break in between where I could hunt a little bit. And then as far as Sunday went, I had more time on Sunday to go around, but was kind of exhausted and had to go to bed kind of early to get ready for my day job again today. So I didn't get the chance to really hunt too much. Did all right with some of my shinies. Got to evolve a couple of mons that I had in storage, though, that were really good IVs.
That's good.
So to get those exclusive moves. So that's kind of the benefit of it. It definitely helped me in that aspect where I knew ahead of time which ones I could evolve regardless of what I caught.
Yeah, that was nice having the ability to evolve all weekend. I ended up doing pretty well. I think I caught like almost 30 shinies total. So I mean, I can pull up my list here. So
Thank God for extra storage.
Yes. Oh, okay. So it's everything after Magnemite. So 5, 8, 11, 14, 17, 20. Yeah, 29. Yeah, so 29 shinies. Ended up go plussing a Houndour and an Eevee. Everything else was caught by hand. And then the Metagross at the top there was Beldums that I traded back and forth to get a good Beldum. And I actually ended up getting really lucky. This one's a 84 IV with max attack. So not too shabby. But yeah, so and then 20. So I caught 9 shinies, not during Saturday, but 20 of them were all during that 3-hour period.
Yeah, I heard the 3-hour period was kind of lucrative for people. It's almost like they increased the shiny rate during that 3-hour.
Well, they
window,
definitely did. Yeah, they did it because that was basically that they treated the 3-hour window like the true Community Day, and everything else was. The rest, Friday and Sunday, were increased spawns, and then all the rest of Saturday. It was increased spawns with primarily all of the 11 Pokemon. So Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander, Mareep, Larvitar, Cyndaquil, Chikorita, Beldum, Dratini, and Eevee were basically controlling all the spawns with, a few Pokemon littered in here or there. But, yeah, almost all the spawns were Community Day. But, yeah, during that 3-hour period on Saturday, they turned up the shiny rates to make it equivalent to, like, a regular Community Day.
I really wish I would have participated or had the time off to go. But, as I said, I was still able to get kind of one more of each of the shinies that I was kind of low on as far as levels went. Because there was a couple of Community Days where I only got, like, 3 or 4, which is kind of low for my average now at this point, but good to catch a few more of those, and all around, as I said, good to evolve some that we had.
Yeah. So I got everything. I caught at least one shiny of everything except for Cyndaquil was the only one that I did not catch any. I caught several Charmander, several Pikachu, several Bulbasaur, several Squirtle. I think maybe just one Larvitar, at least two Mareeps, like three Beldums, and at least three Dratinis, and then I think just one Eevee. But yeah, overall very lucrative. I got to evolve way more than that because similar to you, I had stuff since the community day that I've either hatched or caught that was really good IVs. So I spent and I actually did some lucky trades. I want to pull that up really quick. So my most recent luckies. So after Saturday, after the big 3-hour event, I basically, because I maxed my storage out because I was just quick catching the entire time, and so I had dozens and dozens of each of the community day Pokemon. So I just started trading them. I ended up getting a 96 Larvitar that I evolved, a 93 Charmander that I evolved, 93 Blastoise, 93 Bulbasaur, 3 Lucky Beldums, one of which was a 98 that I evolved, which was really cool, and then a 98 Typhlosion. So 2 98s, a 96, and all 3 Gen 1 starters I got at least a 93 out of just with Luckies. So very lucrative, and I evolved just so many more Pokemon just to make sure I had those movesets for trading. So I've got a ton of Blastburn Charizard. I did a lot of Dratini because I ended up with like 1,300 Dratini candy or something like that. So I just evolved a bunch of Dratini all the way to Dragonite. So it gives me something else to trade besides, not only do I have shinies with the special moves, but I've got regular ones with the special moves. So I've got a lot of stuff that's available to trade. So I can probably, use that for some leverage to get some decent mon in return.
Well, and real quick, I hope that this actually gives precedence to what they plan on doing next year for the community days. I hope that this trend continues because it was a good strategy that they did to do them all for that little bit of days and then do a whole weekend where everybody can kind of catch up if they weren't able to do it.
I completely agree. It worked out pretty well. I was kind of bummed when I was like, oh, we're not getting a new Pokemon, but then it makes sense because throughout the year, I mean, people work different schedules. I just started a different schedule at my job, so if they don't announce the community days enough in advance, I might not even be able to participate. So
that's the one thing I wish they would have given us a little more heads up on this event because it was such a short time before they announced it.
I was disappointed at that they literally were like, "Oh yeah, it's next weekend. Hope you can play." But I think that's why they made it all weekend long. But yeah, to really participate, to get the bonuses, because I got a lot of Stardust and XP during the 3-hour period because I caught because I had 450 storage spaces, and I think I ran out of storage with like an hour left in the event. So like 2 hours into the event, I'd caught 450 Pokemon.
Wow.
So I had to start deleting stuff just to make room to continue to play the last hour of the event. So definitely a lot going on as far as the weekend. But yeah, it was a great opportunity. It didn't make me rush to do the moves because I literally had all weekend. So I did some evolving on Saturday and then the rest on Sunday. But yeah, I ended up getting by far obviously the most shinies ever in a 3-hour period. Because I've never gotten 20 before. I think my max before that was on Chikorita Day where I got 15. And then before that was Larvitar and Charmander. I got 14 of each of those.
Okay.
So, yeah. So that was definitely the most shinies I'd ever seen in a 3-hour period with 20. And I was getting them of all types, too. I wasn't just getting, like, I got a Larvitar. I got Mareep that day. I got 2 or 3 Beldum. Charmander. I got everything that day except for I did not get a shiny Cyndaquil or Eevee that day, but I think I got every other species. So I got 9 out of the 11 species in that 3-hour period and several of each pretty much. So I was definitely happy, and with those bonuses, like I said, on the Saturday, I didn't really I haven't put any coins into the game for a while, and I didn't want to buy more incubators because the hatchathon thing is over, and I was like, the double incubator effectiveness is fine, but it's just using more incubators faster. And I didn't have any 10Ks or anything, so I wasn't really too worried about it. So.
That's the one thing I got to participate in because I was at the wedding, but I had a break in between, and I had a couple of 10Ks that were in reserve.
Oh, that's
that
good.
was happening,
yeah.
So I did that, and then with my adventure sync on while I was bartending
Sure.
and moving around. By the time I got off work, I literally launched my app, and all of my 10Ks were hatching.
Nice. Well,
so
that worked out pretty well.
Bonus, it worked. Everything was nice about it. So no complaints here as far as this weekend goes. I didn't have issues with connectivity. There was nothing really bad that happened this weekend. So I think it was good all in all.
My game froze.
Talking about connectivity issues.
I probably have a Meltan spawning, and I can't see it because my game froze. So going to relaunch that. All right. So, I mean, that pretty much wraps up Community Day. I hope you guys got everything evolved that you wanted to. If you didn't, I don't know what to tell you.
Start trading some people for the things you need, I guess.
Hopefully you got what you needed out of Community Day. But let's talk about continuing in with December. We can talk about all the new and returning research. So we did they did finally announce what the new research breakthrough is going to be. Not really any surprise here as to what we've got. So
it's the return of our Gen 1 and Gen 2 birds and beasts. We got them all back. Of course, we know that the birds can be shiny. Kind of, I guess, a surprise that we didn't get any shiny beasts. This would have been a good time maybe to start that implementation of those as another incentive. Because right now, to me, it feels like they're just playing catch up for people who didn't play initially. They're just handing them kind of everything that they can get all at once.
Well, and the weird thing is that the beasts, like, it's just random which one you're gonna get. So there's only so many. You can only get what, three maybe. Can you get 5 this month again?
You would be able to. I don't know if you can get 5. That's a good question. I'd have to look at the calendar.
I don't know. I mean, you can get 4, but there's 6 options. And with the way RNG in this game works, you're almost guaranteed to get a duplicate.
You could get 5 if your first 7-day breakthrough was on the 1st.
Okay, so if you had saved it, you could roll
on the
it. First,
then your last breakthrough,
or the second, because
or the second, or the
you
third.
Could, I mean, even into the 4th, because by January 1.
Okay, that's right.
By January 1, if you open it beforehand, so you could get anywhere until the 4th. But I mean, at this point, the birds have been back so many times. I've got what I want out of the birds, and the beasts with Suicune, Entei, and Raikou. I mean, really, the only one out of those that I want is Raikou, and I already have a decent one maxed out. So even then, it's not really something I'm looking forward to. So I ended up, because I actually could have opened my breakthrough on December 1st, but I opted to get a 5th Shedinja instead because there hasn't been any other way to get Shedinja. So I figured I might as well just get Shedinja. Oh, that's a pretty decent Meltan, but.
Well, and for me, I guess the exciting part about this, because I kind of want to implement that Murphy's Law into the universe, that they're going to announce something big that's happening after I say this. But it's almost nice to have a little bit of a break in between a cluster of events back and forth, a new breakthroughs, a new raid bosses, everything. That now it's like, yeah, they're giving the older players a chance to catch up and get some of these things. But it's also giving us a small break in the chaos of just ever-changing events. They did announce a few, like a new shiny and some new exciting features that are coming, but it's nice that they're, I guess, maybe slowing their pace a little bit, and spreading it out because they want the longevity of this game to last. So we'll see if they keep that up.
But speaking of that new shiny, we did get shiny Mischievous starting, I guess, yesterday on the 1st. Or Mischievous, however you want to pronounce it. But you can catch it in the wild as well as getting it from the returning research of the Transfer 10 Pokemon. So if you see, I actually saw the Transfer 10 Pokemon a lot yesterday and was getting rid of it because...
And it's a pretty easy task to accomplish,
yeah,
too.
I think I might even... I don't have anything right now.
So if you see some of those, you may as well, if anything, Transfer 10 and stack the counter. Because you can save up some candies for Miss Magius, or Miss Magius, however you want to pronounce it.
Miss Magius, however you want to say it.
But even then, you can kind of stack it and see if you do get a shiny. You can get it kind of out of your research pile, but still do shiny checks.
But we did get our new Spinda yesterday. So this is the I don't know which number this is. I kind of want to call him a
zombie. It is number 6.
Okay, yeah, he's cool looking though. I think this is my favorite one so far. I think it's my favorite one because he's got the red behind his eyes. So
I want to call him the zombie because he looks like a zombie or like a Dracula type. Yeah. Like he's got the red eyes and it's weird.
So that is, you can see it right here, guys. It's make a great curveball throw. So it's literally a single great curveball throw scores you your opportunity for the new Spinda. So make sure to look out for that. Other than that, all this stuff is literally stuff that we've had before.
They're bringing it back. They're bringing back the classics and everybody's favorite research tasks, quote unquote. Some of them have been around forever. Hatch an egg is still executed.
Win a gym battle. If you see these, remember there's a difference between battle in a gym and win a gym battle. The battle in a gym is manky. No one wants that. Win a gym battle is the one you want because that gives you one of the Gen 1 starters.
There's also win 3 gym battles, which is a jinx. So don't confuse
you also
that again,
really don't want.
Don't confuse
all that
it.
Much. Yeah. Win a gym battle is really the only win one that you want for battles.
I'm kind of surprised. I mentioned this before. I'm surprised they didn't bring back like the Absol task that they had for a while.
That would have been nice.
Or even that Ditto one, having it back for a little bit. Some of these things would have been nice to bring back for a gift of people, and Aerodactyl for people who are still doing the research tasks.
Yeah,
maybe having all the shinies. Like it would have been nice to have Pineco tasks and
I thought it was. I guess it's nice that they switched this one to Porygon for its new evolution, but I'd rather shiny Porygon's not in the game yet, so I'd kind of rather have. I kind of rather have Pineco still. And then this is a new one actually though. The trade a Pokemon. They haven't done one for trade.
Yeah, they have. This Feebas task was there a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yep.
I never saw it.
Yeah, it was a rare one.
Okay, I never saw that one before.
So it was there. It was, and a lot of people liked it because it was an easy way to get Feebas instead of 10K eggs.
Yeah.
But now they're flooding 10K eggs.
Oh, I never saw it. And honestly, these hatch ones, I've never liked. I have always, even if I get a hatch 5 eggs for Chansey, I still throw it away.
Yeah, because there's not. I mean, the chances of getting a better IV one, it's slightly better, but it's not the greatest.
Eevee, this one's pretty easy to get for another chance at shiny Eevee, and you're guaranteed to get a decent IV one. Obviously, still trying to find that Ghastly, so the make 3 great throws is good. And then this one is just so rare. I think I've only seen this research once. I've only gotten this once ever. And I got a decent Larvitar out of it, but yeah, I've only ever seen that field research once.
I love the irony of catch a dragon type when literally the only dragon types that are out there are Dratini and like Alolan Executor. There's not many.
And Cresselia is just psychic now, so that you can't even do like a raid boss.
So it's really weird to me that they have a task that's like catch a dragon type, and that's pretty much catch a Dratini to get a Dratini.
Yeah, you basically could have done that over the weekend, and that's about it.
So. Interesting, though, that they're getting these back. Obviously, the Catch 10 Pokemon is Magikarp still, as always. Chance for shiny Magikarp. Yep. Who knows? Nothing game-changing here. But the one thing they did change with all these quests and breakthrough boxes is the detrimental disappearance of our guaranteed Sinnoh Stone.
The Sinnoh Stone. They took it out sometime last week and didn't say anything about it. And then finally, once people were like tweeting at them like crazy, they're like, "Oh, yeah, it's no longer guaranteed."
And
okay.
it's weird to me because they had it guaranteed for if you were lucky and got it when it first started.
You could have gotten it 3 times.
Two max.
Oh, just 2?
2 max.
Because I got 2.
Because that's all you could only get it.
But I got my 7-day was like 4 days into the week or whatever. But I still ended up getting 2.
Yeah.
Because mine was on Saturday.
Because they only did it for like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. So I ended up getting 2 Sinnoh Stones. And the thing that's frustrating is, so I still have my second one, right? And the thing that's frustrating is that when I went to, because I had to go and stock a whole bunch over the weekend to keep items for Community Day and stuff, I ended up getting like 3 Sunstones and like 5 metal coats while stocking.
The only thing that I know for future to stock up on is the Sunstones, because there are a couple more Pokemon that require Sunstones.
And I saved a couple of upgrades for Porygon.
I don't know. Well, yeah. I mean, you have to have the other the dubious disc to get Porygon Z normally, but they're doing the Sinnoh Stone.
Yeah, the Sinnoh Stone. So I saved a couple extra upgrades because I've got a couple of Porygons that I want to evolve. But yeah, I thought it was really weird. Oh, and the other field research, they did the power up a Pokemon 10 times. That gives you 3 silver pineapples.
Okay.
So I actually got that one on the first day. I was pretty excited for that. So that's the only one, and it's not listed here because this is just the ones that are spawns.
And those are easy ones to get if you powered up a Rattata.
Yeah, you can power up something with 200 that's costs 200 dust, or a lucky Pokemon that you've been saving Stardust to power up. You can dump some Stardust into that, but that's how you can get more silver pineapples this month. And it's nice because it's worth it. Because 10 power-ups is a lot, especially once you get into the higher cost amounts. But for 3 silver pineapples, I think that's a fair trade. Especially since you can do lower-level power-up stuff.
It's not evolve 3 Wailmer to get silver pineapples. Yeah,
exactly. It's not that cost ineffective. But so the big thing, the really big thing. We know the Sinnoh Stone, like before we move on. Has anyone found Sinnoh Stones?
No, not yet. It seems that...
So they basically completely took it out unless you're still lucky enough to get it.
So there's still a chance.
You still can get it out of your breakthrough.
There's still a chance. It's been severely cut. There was an announcement from... And we went over this in one of the other podcasts. There was an official announcement, or unofficial. They reached out to their contact at Niantic, who said that there will be more ways to obtain Sinnoh Stones.
Yeah.
In the future.
But they haven't released them.
No news on that.
And they took the guaranteed one out of your... It's so ridiculous.
And the only thing I can think of is the reason why they would maybe take it out of that to put it into another system is what they just announced the other day.
Oh, you think they're going to roll it into PvP?
I think that they may roll it into rewards for PvP, the PvP system.
Okay.
Placing certain things in each cup.
I'm rolling my eyes with frustration.
I know. And it does.
You guys can't see this, but I'm rolling my eyes with frustration.
Yeah, he's literally looks like he's possessed. He rolled his eyes that much. So it's
well, we're talking about it now. So PvP, it was teased several days ago, and now again today, when we're recording this, is the 3rd. So tomorrow, or probably, I think I can get this out tonight, but I don't know. Most of you guys will probably be watching this the day that this happens. So they are going to give us the information about PvP and hopefully how it's going to work. Maybe some of the ins and outs. We'll just have to wait and see. They've already given us the breakdown of how the leagues are going to work based on CP. So we'll have the Great League, the Ultra League, and the Master League, which they kind of teased in here. So the Great League is obviously the blue tier with the single stripe. Ultra League looks like the Ultra Ball, black with 2 yellow stripes, and the Master League is like the Master Ball, purple with the 3 pink stripes. And the tiers are 1500 CP and below for Great League. These are the Pokemon like maxes. So any Pokemon that is 1500 CP and below can participate in Great League. 2500 CP and below can participate in Ultra League. And there is no cap on Master League. So obviously you're going to want to have maxed out Pokemon for that. So those are the 3 tiers. And I actually did a little bit of evolving and powering up to kind of prep for this with Metagross.
Mm-hmm.
So out of the some of the Metagross that I evolved yesterday. Metagross. So I had that 98 lucky that I did. I actually maxed so it'll be as high as it can be to participate in Ultra Tier. So I got that baby up to 2485, so that way it's below 2500, because if I power it up one more time, it'll go above 25. And then I did the same thing with this shiny that has max attack, and it actually has lower defense and lower HP. So it's an 84% as far as overall IVs, but it has max attack, so it's actually going to build charge. And with Meteor Mash as the highest DPS steel move, it's actually going to be a beast Metagross to use for the Great League. So I'm actually pretty excited about that. I got to send another Meltan spot.
I do think that most people are going to fall into, especially if you want to challenge and to change up some of the meta, I think the way to go is actually going to be the Ultra League.
The lower tiers.
So I don't think that Master League is going to be that great if you're looking for something different.
It's going to be pretty much unless they set up like a ban system, or like if one trainer is using a Pokemon, like obviously if they don't set it up where you have to use 6 unique Pokemon, they've lost their minds. So we can pretty much guarantee, barring the announcement tomorrow, like obviously this part is speculation at this point, but they are going to set it up where you have to use 6 unique Pokemon. If they don't do that, they're off their rockers, because every single competitive Pokemon thing ever
has that rule.
You have to have 6 different Pokemon in your party. You cannot use any of duplicate Pokemon.
Well, and I was talking with somebody else about this, my friend Kyle. The exciting part about this is, especially for the even lowest one for the Great, where you have to be under 1500 CP, this could be the return back to the days of Parasect being up there in tiers, Arcanine being back up there. Like, there's a lot of Pokemon that don't really get high up in CPs, but if you're balancing it out and staying under that level, that they could actually stand a chance and be a good change up to things that are in the meta. So it'll be interesting to see how exciting this is and how different level players can participate still and battle each other.
Yeah. I mean, so for Master League, you're pretty much looking at the list. It's going to be Mewtwo, Kyogre, Groudon, Tyranitar, Rayquaza, probably Latios, Metagross, and then maybe some of the other, like, mythicals, like Zapdos, Moltres. Definitely not Articuno. Articuno is just not meta enough. They could throw Gyarados in the mix, but I mean, I would definitely put my Mew in somewhere, or Gardevoir, just because of the counters, and then Machamp as a fighting type. But that's honestly below Machamp. You're probably not going to see maybe Scizor if you want to swap in a bug, but I don't know. Like, what does it counter? You know,
so that Master League is essentially going to be the same stuff that you use for raids and stuff now.
Yeah,
it's going to be those high class powerhouses that you've maxed up that have the correct attacks for everything.
Yeah,
you're going to build a team with those Pokemon to battle, and it's going to be people who literally have powered up everything and maxed them out for Master League. Yeah. So that's why I say the Ultra League and the Great League are probably where I'm going to fit in more, because it seems more interesting to me and more thought-provoking to build a team.
There'll be more nuance.
There's more nuance and there's more strategy behind it. You actually are going to have to think about how you build your team in the right way for the potential combinations that are going to be arising in this.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a lot more leeway as far as that goes. But tomorrow they are dropping that announcement, like, trailer in full.
I'm sure it'll be around 10 or 11 or maybe noon Pacific Standard Time. So, and
Silph Road also commented on this tweet saying, that it's the actual feature isn't going to go live. It's just kind of a revelation about the mechanics of it all. But I do know that there have been a couple other people who work for IGN and a couple of those all small reports that have tweeted out recently that they
actually got to go.
They got firsthand experience with it. And right now that they're under those rules of like they can't break
the embargo.
The embargo.
Yep.
So I'm assuming that after this 12/4 date, that the embargo should be released.
Once Niantic has said anything official about it, the embargo should be lifted. So the embargo should lift at the same time Niantic makes their announcement.
So be on the lookout, obviously, at this channel, because I'm sure you'll, as soon as there's some details, you'll create something or anything that you know.
After work tomorrow,
after obviously life and everything, but also be on the lookout for IGN, Game Explain, those kind of people, because they're going to have news about this as soon as it comes out as well. There's several different channels. Obviously, your official ones, your Trainer Tips and Egg, your Mystic 7, they're going to have the inside scoop on a lot of this too. So we'll know more tomorrow on PvP, but to me, that seems like how they're going to get more of those Sinnoh Stones in people's pockets. I think there are going to be rewards for doing well in certain leagues or placing in different point categories. I think it's just going to be a good way to get everybody reinvigorated and possibly make it easier to, I don't know, collect Stardust and more items and different things along the way.
Here are my hopes. I hope that this system will function. Because the tap, tap, tap swipe system, if it's that for PvP, it's not going to be very enjoyable.
So I have some hope for you. There was actually, I believe it was one of the guys at IGN that talked about having this embargo that he can't talk about details, but he said that he's excited to release an in-depth, like, analysis, and I forgot the specific words he used, but he made it seem like it was going to be an intricate.
Nick Trainer Tips was he was reading that guy's tweet. Yeah. I remember it's like it's something more sophisticated, but he doesn't say anything specifically, so it could still be tap tap swipe.
It could, but it would lead me to believe if somebody's saying it's going to be an intricate look into things and how it works, that it is probably going to be a little more complex than we think, which would be a good thing for this game.
I hope.
Yeah. So only time will tell.
There's still only 2 moves. So even if it's you pick which move, like there's no way they're going to do like a pick, because they'd have to redesign the entire thing. Like the game doesn't function that way. They'd have to build, because even when they did like training battles to build up the gym, it was the same system. So it's going to be a tap swipe.
Some way, but
I just hope that they've stabilized the servers to where it works, because if you go to battle somebody, and like it is when you load into raids where you lose like 5 seconds on the initial battle, that's gonna piss people off.
Oh yeah. Well, and especially if they implement the mechanics of dodging, all that stuff for real-time attacks.
Yeah.
In PvP, you're gonna have to be really aware of that, because that could make or break an entire battle.
Yeah.
Like just that one little dodge, not hitting it here or there, landing an attack that's not supposed to land, or vice versa, is going to change everything in this system. Yeah. So I'm right there with you. I hope that they do a good job at making sure the servers handle it, and that they're dedicating a lot of their servers to this.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah, my hopes are that it functions well, the rewards are worthwhile, and that it will actually engage players. Because because I mean, we could run like little local tournaments and stuff here. Like, oh yeah, let's, on Community Day, like after Community Day is over, we can have like a little hour-long tournament where, you do best of 3 battles where you can build your team, battle a trainer, and then you guys win. Okay, well now you challenge the next player. You could do all sorts of fun stuff, and they could probably start hosting actual events for that and make actual competitive Pokemon Go a thing. So maybe, but that all sits on the fact that if the system doesn't run well, it's gonna be bad. Yeah. And they are, like, obviously they've done private testing at Niantic, but once they turn it on for the public to interact with, that's the real stress test. And since this game is always kind of in an inherent beta ongoing, the stress test proved to always break a lot of things.
The stress test will bring us a lot of stress, because we're not going to know if it works or not.
Yeah, so
But we will see. I don't know if it'll be that intensive of as far as like making a whole competitive scene out of it, but I do hope that it changes the way people play the game in a way in more than the basic way that people change when there's any kind of update. Like when raids were first announced, that initial change was cool, but it was a very short, like before everybody got in that rhythm. So I'm hoping PvP is a lasting thing that they can expand upon.
Yeah, definitely.
That lasts longer.
I'm just looking at my my stall Blissey for Ultra League.
Right?
2477. Suck it. It's just below the threshold. Y'all gonna get stalled out by my Blissey. I was just looking at my... Is this guy maxed? No way. No way. Oh, man. Maxed out Blastoise. That's going into the bunch. Oh, man. I got all these Moltres that are weather boosted. Oh, I got a Blast Burn Charizard that I just evolved.
No, we can't get into this. We don't have time. We have to go.
Ultra League, you guys are going to get wrecked.
Oh, my God.
Suck on my legacy Bulldoze Arcanine. That's what's up.
No stab. The no stab Arcanine.
Oh, Flygon coming at you at the Ultra League.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I got some weather boosties. Oh, weather boosties. Shut up, oh, man, you guys are going to get slayed up in there. Okay, all right.
We're back to, like,
now I'm getting
hyped.
Like, yeah, now I'm getting hyped. Frenzy Plant. Oh, I'm bringing all these guys to the party.
It'll be a regular Super Smash Bros. Up in this.
Y'all don't even know. Dragon Pulse. What? Oh, that's Ampharos. I just didn't change. I was like, why does it say Marie? Because I didn't change its name. No.
Okay.
Oh,
okay,
man.
He's getting delirious.
Woo! Yeah, so PvP announcement is coming probably today when you're watching this and you're like, why are you talking about this stuff like it hasn't happened? Well, because I got a job, man.
Because
I got
pure time zones and time travel and aliens.
I got a job. Forrest has a job. And we do this stuff when we can.
If
so
you want to support us, so we don't have to work, we can start a GoFundMe and you guys can just pay for us.
Yeah, I mean, I have a Patreon. Link is in the description below.
Yeah,
so.
We can just full-time job, don't have to go to work, just play Pokemon. If you
I also just turned on the members, so you can join my channel and be a member and support me. I mean, watching the video helps. I appreciate it, you guys. You guys are awesome. So
let's make a deal. If we make $100,000 every year, then we'll make a podcast every single day.
Oh, dude, I'll podcast twice a day.
Okay, twice a day. You hear that?
I'll podcast twice a day for 100K. That's my motto. All right. All right, you guys. Well, that pretty much covers everything for this week. What do you think? Podcast tomorrow too? Mayhaps podcastable. So I'm sure, look, one way or another, a video is coming out talking about PvP. So stay tuned to my YouTube channel for that, you guys. Thank you so much for listening and or watching. Forrest and I greatly appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Yeah, like I said, stay tuned. Pokemon Go PvP coming at you fast and furious. I'm sure they're probably... what do you think? How far away do you think the actual activation of PvP is? Because they're going to announce it tomorrow.
I'm saying it will be their big New Year's launch off.
Okay, so sometime January
1st or January, like right at the beginning of January.
And hey, maybe give us a PvP. I'm sure PvP loading screen is actually the next thing they're going to do. Because we're still on Summer Alolan loading screen.
It's probably going to be this loading screen.
Yeah, it's honestly probably going to be an extended version of this. So, yeah, Pokemon Red and Blue. Anyone? Does that remind you of anything? So, thank you guys again so much for watching and listening. Forrest, thank you for coming by and recording this. You're awesome, my friend. Guys, thank you so much. I've said that like 6 times now.
But we just thank you. We love you.
We're done here. Okay. All right. Until next time, I'm LocoJandro. He's Forrest, and we'll see you guys later. Peace, Poke Trainers.